Hey guys, welcome back. Today I thought I'd do a tag that I saw on the restricted section, and it is entitled the Jurassic Park book tag, so I'm appropriately dressed. And it was created by two channels, A Tiny Book Dragon and A Cup of Wonderland. So let's go ahead and get started. The first question is, what's your favorite dinosaur? And I thought it should be rephrased as, who's your favorite dinosaur? That would be Sue. Appropriate. T-Rex, definitely my favorite. And I love the name. Number 2, Alan Grant. Name a book character you think that would survive Jurassic Park. This one was a tough one, and I had to kind of think it over for a bit, and then just inspiration hit. I picked Skullduggery Pleasant because he doesn't smell like food, he's just bones, and he's got some power. As you can see, he can shoot kind of fire out of his hands. Pretty powerful creature here, and yeah, he wouldn't be sniffed out by some meat-eating dinosaur. Number 3, Ellie Statler. Name a character who's willing to risk their life to save the others. Well, I gotta go with my go-to answer on this one. That would be the Doctor. Oop, there he is. Yep, holding a sonic screwdriver. Always putting his life on the line for others. Number 4, Ian Malcolm. A book in which you could predict the ending. I actually don't have an answer for this one. I'm not usually very good at predicting the endings. I would be a sucky kind of detective because I never could figure out who the killer is. Yeah, I just couldn't come up with anything that I recalled kind of figuring out what was going to happen. Perhaps the book I'm thinking of ending things, I think it was by Ian Reid, started to kind of get a hint as to where it was going, kind of a bit of a twisting ending. That'd probably be the closest one, I guess, if I were to pick an actual answer for it. Number 5, Dennis Nedry. A character who is willing to put others in danger for their own benefits. For this one, I went with C.S. Lewis's The Magician's Nephew. The way that story opens up, the uncle is very cruel with his nephew, and I think it was his cousin. Anyway, 2 kids he basically endangers just to kind of satisfy his curiosity or search for power. They touch some object and disappear, and he's not even all that concerned whether they'll be able to figure out how to come back or not. Yeah, so I thought he was a pretty nasty character. Number 5, Brachiosaurus, a book that took you a long time to finish. And that one, the first one that kind of popped into my head, and there may be others that were longer, but I went with Sunshine Sketches of a Little Town by Stephen Leacock. This is sort of a cover by. I knew nothing about this. It's a Canadian author who's apparently pretty famous, but I was just more intrigued by the illustrations throughout and the kind of small town feel, and I thought it'd be kind of cute. But I actually got a little dragged out by some of the stories within it, and I literally read it from August 24th to September 10th, so nearly 3 weeks. Number 7, T-Rex, yay! A book you found intimidating but ended up loving. That one I wasn't sure which to go with. I kind of went with this one here, which was Life After Life by Kate Atkinson. Bit of a chunker here. Just sort of the concept of the book with the main character who sort of is born and then dies and then reborn and dies again in different lengths of time in her life, taking different courses. And yeah, I wasn't sure how I was going to go or be able to kind of keep up with the storyline and the idea behind it, the concept behind it, but I ended up absolutely loving it. It ended up being on one of my top 10s for the year I read it in, which might have been, was it last year or 2 years ago? I'm not even sure now, but yeah, definitely that one. Number 8, Velociraptor, a book that's fast-paced, and this is one I just finished in March. I haven't actually wrapped it up yet, but it was All Our Wrong Todays by Ilan Mastai. This is sort of a time-traveling book. Extremely short chapters. I'd say each chapter is maybe a page and a half on average. The writing is just, you just flow through it, and the concept behind the storyline and the characters, I just was pulled right along with it. It was just very intriguing, and not just a whole lot of sci-fi elements to it. There's a lot of character development within it as well, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, sometimes with a book with like short chapters like that, you just you just fly through. I'm just looking at this one that's just literally 4-letter words. He was not having a good moment at that point, but yeah, it's just repeated same 4-letter word over and over and over again. The fastest chapter I've ever read, but I absolutely love this one. So that was my Velociraptor. Number 9, Pterodactyl, a book that flew you to another world. And the first one that kind of popped into my head was The Martian by Andy Weir, but then I started thinking, what is the true definition of a world? Does that mean it's populated by people in some way? There's some sort of society on the planet, or it's just a planet. So I thought, well, maybe this one wouldn't quite qualify, but then I had another go-to one, which would be the Saving Mars series by Sydney Swanson. This takes place on Mars, but there is a colony living there, so you are transported to Mars, and absolutely love this series. A really great character, and there's a bit kind of sci-fi and a dystopian side to it, which I absolutely loved. I highly recommend picking this one up, but yeah, flew me to Mars. And finally, number 10, Triceratops. Tag 3 people to do this tag. So number 1, I'm going to tag Steve Donoghue. I don't think he's done this one yet, and I haven't had a chance to tag him on anything. Number 2 is the Dyslexic Reader channel I've just recently come across. And number 3 is Miz Moffat, a booktuber who has gone away for a bit, and she has now come back, and I highly recommend you guys check them out. So yeah, that's the Jurassic Park book tag, and I absolutely love it. And I love Jurassic Park, as you can tell. So yeah, if you have not been tagged or haven't done this yet, definitely give it a try and let me know if you have, and I'll check it out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.